This will be the solutions to the Chapter 8 test. In order for you to be able to retake the test, you have to correct every one that you got wrong. But what I want you to do is do it on a separate sheet of paper. I don't want your corrections mixed in with your original work. So you might want to pause this, go grab another sheet of paper, and when I hit one of the ones you got wrong, I want you to write the original problem down and fix it. So if you just come in and you've just corrected your answer on your original test, that won't work. So on a separate sheet of paper, you'll need to write the problem down and then show all the work for it. So first of all, number 1A, writing in standard form. Standard form takes the highest exponent first, followed by the next highest, which in this case would be 7x to the first plus 4. What is the degree? The degree is a number, and it's the highest power or exponent that you see. So that would be a second degree. When we name it based on its degree, second degrees are called quadratic, and based on number of terms, we count them up, 1, 2, 3. That would be called a quadratic trinomial. For number 2, standard form again, we put the highest power first. So we need to rewrite that. What degree is it? It's the highest power we see, so it has degree 3, or you could write third. Name it based on its degree. Third degrees are called cubic, and number of terms, 1, 2, we'd say that's a cubic binomial for part C. Next, number 3, we are doing a subtraction problem. So here, I'm going to move this down a little bit if I can. So for number 3, 4, and 5, we are either adding or subtracting. On number 3, it's a subtraction. So I told you when you're doing subtraction, you rewrite the first one without the parentheses because nothing's in front there to distribute. But now I distribute this subtraction in, which makes it a minus 2x cubed. 1 negative and 1 positive will make it a minus 4x to the second, and when I have minus 5, it becomes a plus 5. And then when I combine my like terms, I would end up with 4x cubed. My x squareds, I'm down 2 of them, going down 4 more of them, I'm down 6 of them. And my constants, I'm at positive 4 plus 5, which makes plus 9. For number 4, I already have like terms. These are u squared v's. So when I do 13 of them, take away 9 of them, I end up 4 of them in the whole. So it should just be, positive 4. I have 4 u squared v for my answer. Not much work to show on that one. Number 5, it's addition. With addition, the parentheses aren't really doing anything, so you're just combining like terms. And so when I look at this one, I've got 5g squareds going up 2 more g squareds. That gives me 7g squareds. Note I didn't mess with the power. 5 of them plus 2 of them gives me 7 of them. If I'm 2 in the whole and I go up 6, I'd be at 4. And those are g's that I'm combining. Number 6, the next one. With number 6, I've got a pentagon, so I'm going to draw a 5-sided figure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, doesn't have to be too pretty. And then it tells me the sides, so I've got 6t, 2t, 4t minus 5, and 5t plus 1. Those are the sides that they gave me right here. And then we're discussing the perimeter. Perimeter means to travel around and add up all of the sides. And I'm in search of the missing side. So the first thing I need to do is add up all the sides I have. And I'm going to gather my t's here. I'm going to add all those up. I'd have 6, 7, 8, and then 12, and then 17. So I'd have 17 t's when I travel around there. And then I also have this plus 1 and this minus 5. And combining those gives me minus 4. So when I travel around the 4 sides, I get 17t minus 4. Well, they tell me the whole way around is 20t plus 7. So if I were to take the 20t plus 7 and subtract off the sides I've already accounted for, keep in mind you've got to use those parentheses there, I'll have the missing side over here that I need. So with subtraction, I've got to make sure I distribute that in. So I have 20t plus 7 minus 17t, and then minus the negative gives me a plus 4. So when I'm all done there, I have 3 t's, and then I have 7 plus 4 for a plus 11. That would be the final answer for that one. On number 7, I'm multiplying. So with multiplication, when we just have a monomial or a one termed out in front there, we just distribute it in. 3x times x is 3x squared, and then 3x times 6 is 18x. Most people had this section right, but I'm going to do it anyway just in case. All right? On the next one, when I distribute this in, I have a negative 2, z squared times z to the first. When we multiply, we add the exponents. I'd have a z cubed. And then on the last one, a negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 9 is 18. And I have the z squared there. So I'd have negative 2z cubed plus 18z. Next one, I'm going to distribute or hop this 2 in, hippity-hoppity, distributive property. Hop it on in. My out fronters are 2 times 4, which is 8. And then I would have 3 x's. When I multiply those, I'd have a minus. 2 times 7 is 14. And then I'd have x times x is x squared. And on the tail end, I'd have a plus 12, and there's the x in my answer also. So for number 9, I'd have 8x cubed minus 14x squared plus 12x. Next, I was foiling on the next. Foiling is first, outside, inside, last. So I'm going to FOIL these. Firsts will give me x times x is x squared. Outside, when I multiply them, gives me minus 4x. Inside, when I multiply them, gives me a minus 2x. And my last, a negative times a negative, gives me a positive. I then combine these two, leaving me x squared. Negative 4 down 2 gives me minus 6 plus 8. Next one, I'm going to FOIL first. 3x times x is 3x squared. Outside, 3 times 7 is 21 x's. On the inside, I have 2 times x for 2 x's. And on my last, 2 times 7 is 14. Combining these, I get 3x squared plus 23x plus 14. Foiling again. 4x times 2x is 8x squared. 4x times 5 on the outside gives me a 20x. Minus 1 times 2x on the inside gives me minus 2x. And my last is negative 1 times 5, giving me a minus 5. Combining the O and the I gives me 8x squared plus 18x minus 5. The next one, number 13, I am multiplying a 2 by a 3. And again, I just need to distribute everything in. So I'm going to distribute the 2 in, multiply, multiply, multiply. Then when I'm done with that, I'll distribute the negative 1 in, multiplication, multiplication, multiplication. So I'll really do 6 multiplications with that. So first up, I have 2x times 3x squared gives me 6x cubed. Then I hop the 2x into the next one. 2x times negative 4x gives me negative 8x squared. I hop the 2 into the last one, and I get a plus 10x. Now with my red hops down here on the bottom, I'm multiplying a negative 1 in. Negative 1 times 3x squared is negative 3x squared. Negative 1 times negative gives me a positive 4x. And at the end, when I do negative 1 times positive 5, I get a minus 5. And then I'll combine my like terms to give me a final answer. X cubed has no friends, so 6x cubed goes on its own. I have a minus 8 down 3x squared, so I'd be 11 of those in the whole. I have 10 x's up 4 x's, so I'd be up 14x. And I have minus 5 hanging on at the end. Next up, we are simplifying each product. So with 14, 15, and 16, the key to those is that you need to expand them first and then FOIL them. So with number 14, when I say what is x plus 6 squared, I mean what is x plus 6 times x plus 6. So I'm going to rewrite that, and I'm going to FOIL. X times x is x squared. Outside 6x, inside 6x, and my last 6 times 6 is 36. Combining those gives me an answer of x squared plus 12x plus 36. Number 15, again, when I square something, I do it times itself. So I'm just going to expand this and write it twice, and then I'll FOIL it. 2s times 2s is 4s squared. On the outside, I'd have 2 times 7 is 14. On the inside, another 7 times 2s is another 14s. And last, I have a 49. Again, combining my O and my I gives me 4s squared plus 28s's plus 49. Number 16. 3x minus 8 squared means 3x minus 8 times itself. That's going to cause me to FOIL again. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. Outside would give me minus 24x. When I multiply my insides, get another minus 24x. And my last, a negative times a negative, gives me a positive 64. Combining those once again will give me 9x squared minus 48 of the x's plus 64. Number 17, another FOIL problem. V times v is v squared. Outside is minus 7v. Inside is positive 7v. And my last, a negative times a positive, will give me a minus 49. In this case, these cancel or make 0 v's. So my answer is just v squared minus 49. Nothing would be in the middle. For number 18, 9 is 3 times 3, and p squared times p squared. We add the exponents when we multiply. It would give me p to the 4th. Again, my outside would be minus 30, p squared cubed. My inside would be plus 30, p squared cubed. Those are going to cancel out, so I'm not going to write them. On my end, I have minus 100. Q times q is q squared. And again, the o and the I cancel on that one. So I have 9p to the 4th minus 100 q squared. Next one up, number 19. With number 19, I'm simplifying an expression for the area of this. So I'm just trying to see here how much time I have left, only because I can only do 15-minute videos, so I'm going to have to make 2 of them. And I can't quite see my time limit on the bottom of the screen there. Well, I'll go through this one and then I'm going to stop and make another video. So when I'm doing the area of the shaded region, if I do side times side here, I'll get the whole entire big square. And I'm going to do that first. I'm going to do base times height, or length times width, or side times side of the outermost square. To do that, I have to FOIL. And I get x squared plus 5x gives me plus 10x. 5 times 5 gives me 25. That's the whole thing. Well, I don't want the whole thing. I want to get between the big and the little. So the next thing I need to do is find the area of the inside square. And to do that, again, I FOIL. First, x squared minus 2x gives me minus 4x. And my last, a negative times a negative, will give me a positive 4. All right, so what I've got is the big one and the little one. So what I need to do is remove that inside square from the area of the entire thing, which means I need to subtract it. So you can do that 2 ways. You can do it vertically or horizontally. You just have to be careful with your signs. So what I would suggest is if you're going to do it vertically, which a lot of you did, and if you're going to put that minus out here, you got to be really careful with your signs, because it's x squared minus x squared, which is 0. Those do go. But you have to be careful that it's 10x minus a negative 4x. So you might want to, instead of subtracting, think of adding the opposite so that you don't make a mistake with your signs. So now when I add these up, 10 and 4 is 14, and I've got a 25 and a minus 4 for plus 21. Whether you do it horizontally or vertically, that's what you should get. So before I start the factoring, I think what I'm going to do is stop this video and I'll make a separate one. So stop here, and then you'll have to go in and start up. I'll post 2 videos for this.